Today I'm going to be reacting to The Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails. Now, I've never listened to 9 Inch Nails before. I know that this album does have kind of a classic status around it, a lot of critical acclaim behind it, so I'm pretty excited for this one. It looks like it's a pretty long album here, hour and 5. Just looking at the cover art and obviously the title, The Downward Spiral, I feel like it kind of lays out what it's going to be. Maybe just, I mean, even the first track here, Mr. Self-Destruct, it kind of reminds me of Danny Brown, Atrocity Exhibition. I think there even is a track on that album that is called The Downward Spiral. Maybe that's a reference to this album. So maybe we'll get similar themes in this album. Yeah, go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. Link in the description to where you can join that down below. And we're gonna hop into this. Hopefully this doesn't bring me into a downward spiral, because I'm feeling pretty good right now. So let's see. If I'm depressed by the end of this, I guess the album did its job. All right, first track, Mr. Self-Destruct. Let's go. Let's do it. Jeez. Somebody getting beat up here. Okay. Wow. Those drums are insane. Holy. Freaking noisy as hell. Oh, what? Okay, what the fuck? That harsh cut. I love this kind of inner monologue we have going on in this track. It's like this is that little voice inside his head, and maybe it'll bubble to the surface here as it builds to the bridge, maybe? Oh. Transition. Okay, cool transition. Yeah, what an intro to this album. I feel like this is really kind of setting the stage here and building this world. Very harsh, very noisy. I feel like industrial rock is a genre I don't typically touch, so this is going to be an interesting change of pace for at least the channel here. I feel like the stuff I was saying in the interlude here, how I said maybe it'll slowly build up and maybe this inner demon will come out and kind of bubble to the surface. I like how they kind of that back a little bit. I kind of expected it to come in the bridge here, but it really didn't come until the big explosion of the chorus, you know, so I like how they kind of showed some restraint there and really had patience with that build. I don't know if this is a character that he's playing here, or if he's playing, or if he's just, this is a unfiltered display of himself, but at least in this first track, referring to himself as Mr. Self-Destruct, so it seems like maybe there's a disconnect between him, his actual self, and the person he's portraying in the music here. Maybe he's using some sort of character to kind of distance himself from it in a way. I might be completely off on that, but we'll see as it continues. But yeah, this is just setting the stage real nice. So let's keep going. Piggy is next. I wonder what this "Hey Pig" is referring to. I'm clicking it. I thought like maybe Pig was some sort of like a pet name. Is that what they call them for like when people in relationships, they're just like, you know, they come up with some sort of cringy name that they call their significant other. So maybe it's that, but it also has this kind of vile edge to it as well. It's not like this super cute pet name, you know, it's Pig, which you could be cute, but also pigs are dirty, you know? So it feels like maybe there's some sort of resentment there. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. Wow. I love how intentionally messy everything is here. Crazy synth slash piano sound. It's like a combination of the two. Ooh, okay, there's so many different sonic things going on here that I wasn't expecting at all. The synths, just how quiet everything is, like especially on that track. For some reason I was just expecting a lot of like hard rock and just like noise, and obviously there kind of was that on the first track, but this track a lot more subdued and held back, and it feels like that's very reflective of the lyrics as well. Feels like something's bubbling up and maybe he's about to lose himself, but he's still somewhat trying to keep it under wraps, you know, and still trying to keep it together. Yeah, interesting track, a lot of cool sounds. Again, I liked how messy the drums were there. It really reflected how just this guy's state of mind. Just straight up 80s track with some like industrial snares. Okay, I'm here for it. Oh, I love those hats. The drums on this track just really feel like running away from something. It has this kind of primal, visceral feel to it. It's basically a God diss track. I'm here for it. I'll see. Okay, that track had some aspects I really loved, some stuff I thought was a little bit too surface level. Sonically, I think that was amazing. I think, again, just the pace of that track and the energy and just very anxiety building. Yeah, a lot of tension and suspense on that track. I feel like the lyrics are a little bit too on the nose, like obviously they're going for this. I basically said God Destruct. That basically is what it is. Just kind of pointing out the hypocrisies of religion and the issues, of all that kind of stuff. And I feel like this is a valid argument to make. I just feel like they're not really bringing anything new to this idea here, and I feel like it is just a little bit, there's no like subtlety, there's no nuance to it. It's just very plain and obvious, and just there's not that much in terms of depth to it, in my opinion. Woo! Woo! This has like some new wave elements to it that I wasn't expecting. Okay, that dry piano. Just throw that in. Oh, that's so perfect, because the lyrics there, doesn't it make you feel better? It's maybe this positive little light in all this darkness coming to the surface, and then we jump right back into this freaking hellscape. It's disgusting. gosh. The texture's here, man. And that, like, descending little synth. Oh.
Doesn't it make you feel better? The pigs have won tonight.
A little jazzy ending. Okay, you know a track is really good when it's so engaging musically that I completely forget to pay attention to the lyric. So I don't really know what's happening here. The song represents all of the fake people encountered in the protagonist's life and his desire to peel back the mask they wear. The song itself is critical of society and the apparent superficiality of life. I'm just trying to figure out what the pigs is symbolic of, or what that's a reference to. Maybe the pigs are the fake people, you know? Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what he's alluding to here. The pigs are the fake people. He wants to take the skin and peel it back and see who they are, who they really are, you know? Again, I love the sound of that track, the energy, the pace, just everything about that was fantastic. This one's freaking popular, 239 million streams. Okay, I think I know somewhat about this track. I feel like I mentioned Brad Taste in like every single video, but I think I saw this in a Brad Taste video. It was one of his topic videos, I feel like. Can't remember exactly which one it was, but yeah. I think I haven't listened to this in full, but I do kind of know what this track is. Like, these first lyrics look familiar. Oh, that drum beat feels like a heartbeat. Wow. I gotta go back. Maybe I don't know if that's what they're going for, but yeah, I feel like that is what they're going for. Wow, that works really well. Wow, even this synth is like bodily in a way. It feels like, oh, I can tell this is gonna be gross. Okay, I guess I was right with the bodily sounds, like that heartbeat at the intro. This track just feels like being, as gross as this is gonna sound, this track feels like being inside somebody. And these lyrics are kind of alluding to that too, so I might not be completely off on that. That's a great synth sound. So much more synth work than I was expecting. I'm loving it. Yeah. This is amazing. What the heck? All these sounds are just working together perfectly right now. It's creating such a cohesive atmosphere. Shit. We're going somewhere. I don't think I'm ready. Call me basic, but that is easily my favorite track so far. I feel like the band just had a clear vision of what they wanted to do with this track, and they knew exactly how to do it. Every sound here is placed perfectly, is chosen perfectly. The different textures, the synths, the drum sounds, all work together to create just a nasty, sensual, lustful, gross, primalistic experience here. It is disgusting, but it also has this sense that it completes this guy, you know, and this is like what brings him that reason to live almost, which kind of makes it even more nasty in a way. I don't know. This is really cool. Love this track. The grooves are so good on this album. Jeez, okay. This is good. There's got to be sample work in here. Just the way that like, it almost sounds like kids like screaming at a playground. The way that's chopped up, I don't know. It's crazy. I love these little subdued moments. It just does such a good job at just building suspense. That guitar, what the fuck? It's so warped and... oh. I feel like this should be a bit more explosive right now. I don't know. Like those drums just feel like they should be hitting a bit harder. Oh, whoa, okay. Dang, it just ends. It just ends like that, okay. Yeah, this track feels like that internal struggle once again with maybe the more animalistic side of himself. This internal battle, I feel like it could be really cliche and really... because I feel like it's something that's been done a bunch in music and just even in like literature and movies and stuff, so I feel like it could come across as a little bit cliche, but I don't know, it's really engaging here, and I think the sound is aiding it quite a bit, and I just love how primal and animalistic it is. The Becoming is next. Oh, okay, maybe he fully embraces this darker side of himself here. I beat my machine, what the... Those snares are insane, holy... I don't know why. Maybe it's because of Closer, but now I just have, like, sex on the mind. I beat my machine. I thought he was talking about, like, beating his meat, but comparing it to, I don't know. This track maybe, I mean, it says right here, becoming kind of a robot. Just, that sounds really cheesy, but becoming just like an inhuman version of himself, you know? Wow, okay. He's really singing here. I feel like this is the first time where we really hear his vocals, like, with some power behind them, you know? This is insane. Listen to this. Holy. Just the screams in the back. This is music to watch the world end to. Not music to study to. Not lo-fi beats to study to. Electronic beats to watch the world end. Come on. Woo! First acoustic guitar on this album, I think. These little instrumental passages are such a nice treat. I don't think I've headbanged that hard since probably a Death Grips album. Oh, I think I like tweaked my neck somehow. I'm getting too old for this. That was fantastic. I mean, pretty obvious lyrics here, but just kind of becoming this inhuman, this machine. Yeah, this part of himself really taking over. And the sound reflects that so well, especially with this outro when like there was his normal vocals, but then you also had a layered kind of higher vocal where he was going for these like screeching kind of screams that really made it feel like he was just like being taken over by something and kind of losing that human part of himself, you know? Ugh, let's keep going. I don't have too much to say about that. Kind of gave me Death Grips vibes just with how freaking heavy and hard it was.
Well, you know how this world can beat you down. I'm always falling down the same hill, and little puncturing the skin, and nothing comes bleeding out of me just like a waterfall under. Don't you tell me how I feel. Don't you tell me how you
Love those guitars. Yo. Oh, yo. This is freaking haunting right now. I'm geeking. I'm losing it. Just the chords that piano's playing. It's so unsettling. Great push and pull to this track with the chorus and these other moments here, like, oh. Woo! Ugh! This just feels like grinding your teeth together, like, ah! Yo! This is so good. Holy. This just makes me want to, like, I just want to, like, break something right now. Woo! You hear that vocal effect? Oh, I just want to keep going. This is so twisted and demented. Oh, the track just made me want to, like, just break something, you know? The vocal effects, the screaming, just the harsh, like, gritty nature of that. That track is really what I was expecting on this album. Just going full tilt into that demented, twisted, just wanting to fuck everyone in the world, you know? I want to... just wanting to feel important and wanting to just do something. Let's keep going. I don't want to kill the flow too much. This is like, you know that like TikTok or that like vocal effect people used to do on TikTok a lot? This is kind of similar to that. It's giving me those same vibes. The like warbly thing. I don't know. Oh my gosh, dude. I need a second. I need a second to just like collect myself. Holy. I don't think this album's good for me, you know? I feel like this album's it's tapping into like the darkest parts of myself too. Like I was like, he's like, I'm a big man, I've got a big gun, I got a big old dick. And I was just like, yeah, talk your shit, you know? Like just I found myself like kind of rooting for this guy in a way. I shouldn't be, because he's portraying himself as an absolute maniac, but I don't know, there's something about it that just makes me want to embrace it, you know? And I think it is the fact that this is obviously like a character in a way. And I think if the sound wasn't aiding it as much as it is, I don't know if I'd be as into it. Let's do this one, A Warm Place. Whew. Okay, I feel like, yeah, I need like a little cool down moment. Oh, man. Beautiful. This is perfect. The placement of this track is just, it's perfect. Okay, like I said, the placement of that track is just perfect. It works so well, because even for myself, like, I felt like I was becoming the same as this character after Big Man with a Gun, and I was like, I just need a moment to just like cool down. But that song is the musical representation of that, of just like being contemplative and just thinking like, what am I doing, you know? Like, that's what it feels like to me. It feels like maybe the last glimmer of hope on this album, that maybe he can get control of himself and he can get it together, you know? But I'm assuming that's not what's gonna happen. I feel like we're gonna go back into the hellscape. So let's see if we do. Eraser. I feel like also this album is embracing the idea that maybe losing control of yourself isn't the worst thing, you know? Like, as long as you're not, like, harming other people, you know? Well, you shouldn't harm yourself either. This album it's skewing my mindset into ways I don't like. Okay, just ignore it. Forget I said that. Oh, I don't like this. I do like it, but it's scaring me. This is about to... Oh, no. Just these lyrics, too. Like, I feel like my heart rate is going up, you know? I'm just so immersed in this right now, I feel like... Ugh. Just sounds so unbelievably amazing. Holy crap, man. Just how lush it is, the atmosphere of this, the subtle progression and slow build. What is that, like, lighter click in my... What is going on? That riff! We're keeping it going. I don't care. Let's keep it going. I'm not killing the flow. That build-up was insane. And that riff, holy... Oh, no. Oh, I'm gonna get the freaking heebie-jeebies from this track. Just looking at the title, these first lyrics. I feel like he's in my head, you know? I feel like this album is having the best effect that this band could want for a listener, you know? Did that make sense? Like, I just feel like everything they're doing here is just translating for me, and it's just, oh, it's just working.
She leaves a trail of honey.
Oh, there's a wetness to this track that is disgusting, but I love it. Oh, jeez.
Devils speak of the way in which you'll manifest.
Wow. Oh my. This is just. Oh. Just the attention to detail here. The commitment to this world building is so commendable. Like, I don't know how you mix something like this either. This is just insane, dude. The mixing is so freaking good. Oh. Like, I feel like it would be so easy for this to get muddy and cloudy, but oh, just everything is so... You can pick out every little piece. Okay, that track was great sonically. Like I said, the mix, fantastic. Production was insane. The world building and the atmosphere was just so lush. I feel like that track might be a grower though, because on the first listen here, it doesn't hit me as hard as some of these other tracks. And I feel like that's something to do with the lyrics too. It's a little bit more heavy on the imagery, the symbolism, not as straightforward and blunt as some of the other tracks. So that might be another reason for this being a grower. I think it was still fantastic, but just didn't hit me as hard as some of the other tracks. This, seriously, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how these last two tracks are going to pan out. This has potential of being a perfect album for me, a 10 out of 10. It's close to that right now. I feel like it might grow to that with future listens. Oh no. This track might mess me up, man. Note to self, do not listen to this album when you're going through a rough time, because it might just put you over the edge, you know? It's taking such a complex issue and such a complex thought process and kind of boiling it down to its simplest form, you know? And I feel like that's so fitting because this entire album, it's been this other side of himself, just like having very simple-minded thoughts, you know? Like just like animalistic, kind of viewpoints and behavioral tendencies. So having this, just kind of putting suicide in such a blunt way and just, again, simplifying it, it feels fitting. And I don't feel like they're being disrespectful to this topic, you know? Because I feel like it is, of course, from the viewpoint of, I guess, the antagonist in this album. If the protagonist is the, like, human side of himself, the antagonist is, like, that deeper, dark part of himself that he's been struggling with this entire album. Oh, yeah, okay. That was, oh, man. That did something to me. Let's keep going. On to the last track. Oh, jeez.
What have I become? In the end, you could have it all. I will let you down. I will make you hurt on my last chair. Full of broken thoughts, no goes away in the end. I will make you hurt if I could start again.
Bro, I have full body chills right now. What the Wow. Holy whoa. What the yo. That ending, it's just kind of hitting me now what that ending feels like. Because I was a little bit confused. I was trying to place my finger on what it was making me feel. And it just feels like, while yes, maybe he did kind of win this internal battle here with himself, that ending, that kind of dark, ominous ending, it feels like it's leading to something else. And it feels like it's just kind of implying that, yes, even though he did win this internal struggle, it's just like an endless cycle, and it's gonna go back into that, and it's gonna, while he seems fine now, who knows how long it might just, that cycle might start again. He might start having that internal struggle right away, you know? Oh, that's such a grim, like, dismal, hopeless ending. I thought maybe with these lyrics here, it was gonna feel like some sort of triumph, and it feels like a temporary triumph, but with that ending, like I said, it just feels like it's gonna continue. It feels like a never-ending cycle. I'm really tempted to read Genius and what the interpretation is from people, but I'm not going to, because I feel like that is just what it feels like to me right now. And holy, that is so freaking dark and so harsh, real, and it's just the harsh reality of life, you know? Wow. This was a lot different than I thought it was going to be. A lot more emotional in terms of the range of emotions, you know? I thought a lot of it was just going to be like headbanging, and there definitely was that headbanging like attitude of just like not caring anymore and just like self-destruction, messing things up, and just like again, just that primal feel. There definitely was that. But this album, the range of emotions is so wide. It's so introspective, and there's so many layers to it. So intriguing, so engaging, musically and just sonically. It is just the level, the attention to detail here is really commendable. Yeah, it's so cohesive. Everything fits together so well. It feels kind of cinematic in a way that it's kind of got a full arc to it, like a full character arc. That was amazing. I'm so happy I decided to check this out. Again, this might grow to be a 10 for me. I don't know if it's quite there right now. Like, I feel like the beginning, maybe just going back will hook me in the beginning, because I feel like it took a little bit for me to get into it. Like, from Closer on is really when this album started clicking for me and was mind-blowing. But maybe on a revisit, those earlier tracks will click for me as well. So, all right, that's gonna do it. Those are my thoughts. And I think this album did its job, because now I'm definitely in a contemplative state, but also just kind of a depressed state. Yeah, I mean, I said that at the beginning of the video, and I think it did its job. So, yeah, leave a like if you want, subscribe, go join the Patreon, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.